Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I'm here on this strange multicolored square that also suspiciously looks like a ritual because today I'm going to be explaining how you can play this game here in Ponytown. This is a fun game that you can play with your friends. You can play it with 2 people, 3 people, as many people as you want as long as there's enough spaces. There is exactly 8 spaces here, so the max amount of players I guess would technically be 8. But you can play it with a lot of players and I'm going to be explaining how you can play that game, all the rules and all that stuff here today. So starting off, what is this game called? This game is called Gay Ritual. That's right, it's called Gay Ritual. The premise is that we're sacrificing people to summon the gays or something like that. I don't know, but that is essentially how the game works. It's called Gay Ritual. We're gonna roll out of 6. We're gonna choose a color first. So Fez up there in the top right or top left has decided to start with red. I've decided to start with green, and the offline plushie has decided to start with purple. Once we all have our starting colors, we're going to take turns rolling out of 6. It's a very simple process to roll out of 6. All you have to do is type in /roll and then 6, and it will roll you a dice. It will roll dice for you. So that was 5. We move clockwise in this game, so I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look at that. I landed here with Fez. Now that I have landed on this space, I now have to get a crowbar, and I can take any of these seats, any of these like cushioned seats, any of them around the ring like this, and I can put them in the middle. And you can do that to the amount equal to how many people are on that space. For example, I landed here. There's 2 people on this space now, the Fez plushie and myself. That means I can take 2 cushions or 2 of these seats, whatever you want to call them, and put them in the middle. I can take any color I want. I can take 2 red ones and just throw them in there like that, or I can take a red one and an orange one if I want to, or maybe I want to take a red one and a purple one. Ooh, how about that? Then I get both of their colors a little bit. But what I could also do, of course, is just take 2 green ones, which are both my colors. And you may be asking yourself, why would I remove my own carpets? Well, the answer to that is very simple. There's an immunity rule in this game. I'll get to that in a moment, but first I must explain how you lose at this game. So the way that you lose at this game essentially is you land on a space that has no carpets. Let's say I was to land here and it has no carpets. Let me get rid of all these carpets first. Let's say it was my turn and I landed here. That means I lose because there is no floor, I guess you could call it, no seating spot or whatever. I don't know what you would want to call it, but there's nothing here. It's just an empty space, which means if I land here, then I lose. The same thing is true for any player. If they land on a space that has no carpets on it, then they lose. Now, the thing is there's an immunity rule, however. Whenever you place a color down in the middle, whatever the last carpet was that you put in, the middle turns to that color. So, for example, earlier I chose 2 green ones. The last color that I put there was green, therefore the middle becomes green. Now, if I was to land on this space, if the middle is my original color, then I can't lose all the way until it's my next turn again. So if I was to land here, just like this, the middle is green, I am safe. Even if the middle changes color again, which it will, I won't lose again until the next rotation. So the next rotation, let's say it's the offline plushie, and they land here, and they take let's say a yellow one or something like that. That means the middle becomes yellow. Also keep in mind that they only removed 1 carpet that time because there's only 1 person on the space that they landed on. Then let's say, of course, it is the offline or the Fez plush turn, and they move 2 spaces or whatever, and now they can take a red one or something, and they throw that in the middle. So now the middle has become red. And even though the color has changed twice, since I had immunity when I was originally saved, I am still immune and I am still in this game, and now I have to roll again. So it's my turn again, and I roll out of 6, I roll a 1, I land here, and I can take 2 or whatever like that because there's 2 people on this one. So I can take another red one if I want to, and then how about another green one? Since green was the last one I put on there, green becomes the middle, and it is the other player's turn now. So the best way to use this immunity to your advantage is to sort of sabotage yourself, so to speak. So let's say it's the offline plush's turn, and they move all the way and they land on green, and they take, like, let's say a white one. Doesn't matter what color they choose because we're trying to skip through turns really quickly here. Let's say Fez moves next and they land here and they move a yellow one in. Doesn't matter what color because again we're just trying to do a quick example. Then it's my turn and I land here as well, and now I can take 3 of anything because there's 3 players on this carpet, and I choose to take 3 of these green ones. So 1, 2, and 3. The middle becomes green, which means I am safe, but the other two players have lost because they are now on a space that doesn't have any seats on it. So you can use this to sort of sabotage the spot and eliminate players that are standing on it. Now, you can obviously take stuff out from under people on any spot. Now, usually the middle becomes a mess like this, so what I will do normally is every full rotation or every couple of rotations, I will literally just clear this middle. That way it doesn't get so chaotic you can't see what people are putting in the middle. Now, you could argue that you could just use the broom originally to erase one, but because they're so perfectly stacked, you can't really see if someone does it, so it makes more sense to put them in the middle. That way people can actually see that, hey, I put something in the middle, I removed one. And another thing, in case you're curious, every single one of these colors have the exact same amount of seats, and they're perfectly stacked on each other. All of them have exactly 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them have exactly 6, and they're perfectly stacked so that players can't exactly see how many that they have left. And that adds a little bit of extra suspense there, because you never know how many carpets you're sitting on or how close you are to danger. So it's very simple to set up. Like I said, set up 6 carpets. You don't even have to technically do the shape that I did here. You could technically do like a weird oval shape, or you could do literally just a straight line and go back and forth on that line or something like that. I don't know. Get creative with your board or whatever, but just make sure that you have enough spaces for everyone, and make sure that there's an even amount of carpets on every single seat, and make sure you follow all the other rules. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. That's gonna do it for this explanation on the gay ritual. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more mini games and stuff like that. I have several mini games on this island. I have, of course, stuff like this, which I don't think I've made a video on before. And of course, this matching game down here, which I don't think I've made a video on yet either. So if you want to see either of those games, or if you want to see any other game that's on this huge island here, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you had fun here. If you did, I would sure as heck appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, shared, and did all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.